We are still in the Anza-borrego Desert State Park in California, and so far the weather here has been awesome for winter weather, but it's still been a little cooler than we would have hoped. Lows in the 30s, so it really gets close to freezing at night, and highs are in the 60s. So
the high today is only like 61.
Yeah.
And the sun is nice and warm, and it's actually not that cold outside, but the wind is like a wind of ice.
Yeah, the
hitting
wind
you.
the wind cuts like right through, and that's one of the downsides that we've seen of being here is that it's really windy. I don't know if this is typical for this place, but it's been windy basically the whole time we've been here. So windy, in fact, that we had to lower the solar panels down back flat to the roof because we were getting gusts of 70 mile an hour is what our phone said.
Yeah, we had a wind advisory.
Yeah, so I didn't feel safe leaving the solar panels tilted. I didn't want them to catch the wind really hard on a really hard gust and tear them off. We've seen that happen to some RVs before, so we didn't want to push that, and we had to take Jenny's dream catcher off the front of the door, so our RV isn't pretty anymore. No exterior decoration anymore.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wind was so strong, even, and it was hitting right on this back wall right here, that it was literally flexing the back of our RV, and it was weird because the U-donut's right there, so it's where we sit when we work, and we could feel it pushing on us. It was creepy.
Yeah, that was weird. So I pulled the truck on that side of the RV to kind of act as a windbreak, but it didn't really help very much.
Yeah, it was not fun. And today we also have strong winds, 50 mile an hour today.
Yeah, we're gonna do some more exploring today in the state park though. The first hike we're going on is to a place called the Slot. It's a 3-mile round trip hike, so it's a little longer, but
it's rated as easy.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be perfectly fine. And the second hike
it's
really
like,
far.
Yeah, it's like 50 miles away, but it's still in the state park. This is a really big state park.
Very.
And it is the appropriately named, for the weather we've been experiencing, the Wind Caves.
Yeah. And they both have really awesome rock formations and like, I don't know, just cool stuff according to their pictures. So we're gonna go check them out. We're super excited.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
We're at our first hike. It's called the Slot. It's just under 3-mile round trip hike through these narrow, high-walled washes. And from the parking lot, it looked really awesome, and you immediately descend down into them. And I'm pretty sure from here on out, we're just gonna keep getting lower and lower and deeper into these high-walled washes. Unfortunately, we couldn't bring our girl, Sweetie, on this hike either. We've been really wanting to take her with us on some hikes, but they just don't let dogs on a lot of these desert trails in California and Arizona just because they're really not safe for dogs. There's prickly things all over that'll stick in their paws, and it's unfortunate because we really want to let her experience this too and let her be able to travel with us and explore with us.
Pretty sure David and I are only about 3/4 of a mile in. It is a 2.3 mile hike. We thought it was almost 3 miles, but it's actually only 2.3 mile hike. And it is rated as easy, and we can say that it is easy. It's not, you know, up and down a whole lot, but it's very narrow, and there are areas where it's literally only as wide as a foot, like your foot. So, highly recommend using the walls to keep your balance in some parts. This trail is not maintained, so it is very sandy on the bottom, a little hard to walk on, but still, this hike has been so cool. I am so glad we've come here. This is just beyond my expectations. It's really cool.
And this is why we seek out state parks, because there are hidden gems like this all over the country, and you'll only know about it if you go to the state park. It's not all about the national parks. National parks are great and typically have the most beautiful and grandest things, but there are a lot of these hidden gems that you can only find in the state parks. Also, it's not windy down here. Finally, we've gotten some break from the wind. We've been in the state park for a week and 2 days now, and it's just been nonstop wind. But down here in these slot canyons, no wind, finally. So we just found this really cool feature in the slot here. These walls are really soft. They're just like a sandy matrix, so wind and water will erode this all pretty quickly. But there's a pillar up there now that is really cool because that pillar is not going to be here forever. So we can see it now, but one day it's going to fall.
We're in a part of this area called the Badlands, and this wash that we're walking through is called the Borrego Mountain Wash, and it's part of the Badlands. And those mammoth fossils we saw at the visitor center were actually found in the Badlands, in a wash bed. I don't know which one, I don't know exactly where, I just know that somewhere around here is where the mammoth fossils were found, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, yeah.
According to what little my phone will load, because we have no signal, we are well past where the end of the trail was supposed to be, sort of, but it didn't actually give us like the full loop trail on my phone, so I don't really know where we are. So
well, yeah, the problem is that this is an unmaintained trail, so there's no signage telling you where the trail is, how much further you have, like where the end is.
Yeah.
So, well, and not only that, but there are no more footprints out here. All we're seeing are tire tracks. And everyone that was at the beginning near the slot canyon, we saw them coming back the other way.
Yeah.
So they all got to a certain point, turned around and went back. And there was a ton of foot traffic at the beginning, but there is no one out here now. So we're pretty sure that this isn't really a loop trail. It's just a out and back trail.
Yeah.
Even though All Trails says it's a loop, we saw nowhere to loop back around.
Yeah, there's no indication of you go this way to do the rest of the loop. And now we're at a part where there's like a fork in the road. And obviously, since there are no signs, we don't know which way to go. So we're just gonna turn around.
Tire tracks go one way, and then tire tracks go the other way.
Yeah.
So we don't wanna, we've gone in 2 miles, our GPS says, but the loop is only supposed to be 2.3 miles. So we've definitely gone too far. So we're just gonna turn around here and
hike
head
the
back.
2 miles back.
Yeah.
To make a 4-mile hike. Yay! It's really cool to be down in that wash and see the, the geological forces at work. eroding away the mud and the sand to create what we're walking through, and it's not going to be the same way really in the future. Like anytime it rains, it starts washing more of it away. So it's always changing, and that's really cool. This has been a really cool hike for us. We really enjoy being in the wash, and now we're back in the wind.
Yeah.
We unfortunately couldn't find the loop part of this loop trail. It's not marked. So if you come here and you find it, please let us know. Because, you know, if we ever come back here, we'd like to do this again and actually do the loop.
And just before we turned around and came back, we saw what appeared to be wind caves, you know, that kind of had parts that scooped out from the wind and water and made kind of these holes in the sides of the cliffs. And they looked really cool, which made us excited to go to our next hike, which is Wind Caves.
Yeah.
It's a 0.9 mile in and out trail through these caves that have just been cut up and scooped out by the wind.
Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, we can't do this hike. We can't even get to it. There are 4 miles of driving in a wash, which, you know, if it was super hard packed, we wouldn't mind it, but it's not. We're just not sure of this road. And when we're unsure of a place that we're going to, we don't go to it. And we're both very upset because we wanted to go on this hike so bad. It's such a short hike, and the pictures promise beautiful sights, and we're very disappointed.
And our truck isn't 4x4 either. It's just rear-wheel drive. If we had 4-wheel drive, then I'm pretty sure we would be completely confident of getting through here no problem. But we've gotten stuck in sand like this before here in Anza-Borrego State Park. So we've learned our lesson, and we now know that when we're unsure of the road that we're driving on, if it's got this type of soft sand, then we can't drive on it because we'll get stuck and we'll have to dig ourselves out. And not only that, but we don't have calling signal. So even if we got into a situation where we couldn't dig ourselves out, then we can't even call AAA or a towing company or anything to come get us and pull us out. So this is a situation that we're just not comfortable with, and it's really unfortunate because we wanted to show you guys the caves and we wanted to see the caves, but it's just not gonna happen. And we're only half a mile in on this sand wash road. There's 4 miles from the road to the trailhead, so we've got another 3.5 miles to go on this, and it's just too far. We're already uncomfortable with these road conditions, so the further we get in, I'm sure the rougher it's gonna get. And we've found a nice hard spot that we can turn around in, so this is kind of like our exit point. And if we don't leave now, then we might not be able to leave later. So we're just gonna play it safe and turn around. Jenny and I were driving back to the RV from that trail we had to turn around on, and we were going back a different way because we were coming from just way on another side of the park, and we found more of these sculptures. So we figured, hey, we couldn't show them the cave, but we can show them more of these cool sculptures. Well, we're back at the RV for the night, and Jenny is cooking us some delicious venison tacos with asparagus and avocado. We feel really bad for not being able to show you the wind caves, but like we said, we just didn't feel comfortable driving into the soft sand. We've gotten stuck towing the RV and just driving the truck around. We've gotten stuck in soft sand very similar to that. And Jenny and I talked about it, and we feel like our next tow vehicle is definitely gonna have 4-wheel drive. And if we ever get a motorhome in the future, like a Class A or a Class C, and we're towing a vehicle behind that, that vehicle is gonna have 4-wheel drive also. Like a small Subaru, maybe a Jeep Wrangler, we don't know. But we're definitely gonna have a 4x4 in the future because we don't wanna have a situation like that where we can't go see an attraction just because we don't have a vehicle with 4-wheel drive. But it was cool that we happened upon more of those life-size metal sculptures in Goleta Meadows.
And giant sculptures. And my favorite was the, what was that, like a hawk in a nest with a snake?
Yeah, that was really cool. The hawk,
yeah,
or whatever it was, huge bird with baby birds, and I don't know if you saw it, but it was a serpent in there too that it was fighting off.
I saw that it was a snake. I couldn't tell what it was though.
Yeah, they were really cool. But if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you want more videos from us, go ahead and subscribe. And if you want more details on what we did today, go ahead and check out the link to the blog post in the description below. Catch you guys later.